Good afternoon, everybody. It is the afternoon of September 26, 2025, and I want to say welcome to the hundreds of new subscribers that I've gotten recently. And thank you for the many hundreds of comments that have been placed recently. I've responded to literally dozens of comments. I've liked dozens more. I'm sorry I haven't been able to keep up. I really appreciate all of you. And please, if you're watching this and you're not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. Please look through the video library. I think you might find some topics you like. But either way, on to today's video topic. We have a lot of controversial stuff coming out about vaccines lately, and RFK making a lot of statements. And I thought, he's given a lot of medical advice, and President Trump is following along with him and also giving the same medical advice. So I thought, let's do a fact check. RFK came out with RFK Jr., I should say, came out with a statement just the other day, and I believe it was yesterday, and he said, quote, a compliant child must take between 69 and 92 vaccines to stay in school in some states, and not one of them has been safety tested in a pre-licensing placebo-controlled trial, and that is just malpractice. Okay? There's your statement. Let's fact check it. Let's start with the idea that a compliant child must take between 69 and 92 vaccines to stay in school. So I started doing a little research, and I said, all right, what are the 13 largest states in America, and how many vaccines are required for a child to stay in school? The reason I picked 13 is because that gets us to 55% of the population. After that, I found the state that has the highest and most stringent vaccine requirements. That would be Rhode Island. And so we're going to look at the 13 largest states, and then we're going to look at Rhode Island, which is the strictest, or has the highest standard for mandatory vaccines. Okay, California, America's largest state, requires a total of 7 vaccines. You can get all of those administered over the course of, obviously, years in about 20 doses, depending on exactly how many, exactly how it's administered. It might be plus or minus 1 or 2 more doses. Texas, the second largest state, requires 6 vaccines, about 17 doses. Florida, 6 vaccines, about 17 doses. New York State, 7 vaccines, about 18 doses. Pennsylvania, 8 vaccines, around 20 to 25 doses. Illinois, 6 vaccines, around 17 doses. Same for Georgia. Same for Ohio. Georgia's a little higher. Actually, Georgia and North Carolina both have 8 vaccines with the 20 to 25 dose range. Michigan has 6, again at around 17. New Jersey has 6 at around 17. Virginia has 7, around the 18 to 20 range for doses. Washington only requires 5 at around 15 doses. Rhode Island, who has the highest vaccine requirements, requires 10. 35 doses, and I'm assigning 13 of those 35 are the annual flu vaccine. The other 22 are more or less standard vaccines. So what RFK is telling people is it's 69 to 92. In terms of actual vaccines administered, the highest of any state in the country is Rhode Island at 10. A small fraction of what he is saying. Even if you do it by total doses, in other words, not the actual number of vaccines, but the number of vaccine doses administered, the highest you can get to, and this is including 13 flu shots spread out over 13 years, is 35, which is half the low end of the number that RFK has given you. In short, RFK's statement about the 69 to 92 vaccines is absolutely false. I mean, it is completely wrong. Blue states like California, New York, Illinois, I mean, they're at 6 and 7 vaccines. So no, he is just making this up. There is no basis in reality for that at all. Second thing, he goes on to talk about how none of them were studied, no placebo-controlled groups. Well, I decided to do a check. Could I find placebo-controlled studies of these? So the first 3, oh, by the way, I'm sorry, something else on the vaccine. If you look at the vaccine requirements for all the states, you're pretty much going to find almost the exact same lineup of vaccines on every state. It's going to be the polio vaccine, it's going to be the MMR vaccine, it's going to be one called DTAP. These are ones that cover measles, mumps, meningitis is on several of them, tetanus, polio, obviously. There's a chickenpox one. There's Hep B is in some of them. I think Rhode Island's one of the only ones that has Hep A. But the point is, we're nowhere even remotely close to what RFK is saying. And given that the states all pretty much require the same set of vaccines, realistically, outside of Rhode Island, and Alaska is the other one, you're probably looking at 6 to 8 vaccines that a child's going to need over the course of several years, spread out to somewhere in the neighborhood of 18 to 20 doses, again, spread out over several years. So, as for studies, well, the first one I looked up was DTAP. I immediately took me about, I don't know, 5 minutes, and I found two separate placebo controlled studies. Then I looked up polio. I immediately found a placebo controlled study. I looked up Hep B. I immediately found another placebo controlled study. I'm going to post the links to those studies in the comment section. Sorry, not the comments, in the description of the video below. Read them yourselves. If you don't believe me, read them. These are all placebo controlled studies. The point is that, yet again, something that RFK has said is utterly and completely false. He is just making things up. RFK is a podcaster. He says tough guy stuff, cool guy stuff. He's cool, he's badass, he's going to drop truth bombs, he's going to tell you the way things really are. Truth is not something he is concerned with. He needs to sound cool. He needs to sound entertaining. He needs to say something that will make you listen to him, that makes, ooh, that's different. I'm going to click like. I'm going to click subscribe. Yes, if you want to say I'm doing the same thing, feel free. Go ahead. I'll point out nothing I do is monetized. I have no political aspirations. I'm a family law mediator. That's what I do for a living. So I don't talk about that because I don't like to mix my personal and my business. But either way, that's the point of this. Now, what if you're out there and you're saying, okay, so I'm hearing one thing from RFK, I'm hearing something else from you, I'm hearing a lot of different things. I don't know what to do. Talk to your doctor. Ask questions. Run through your concerns. And if after you've talked to your doctor, you're not sure that your doctor is giving you good advice, that's no problem. Doctors aren't infallible. They can make mistakes. Go get a second opinion. Go talk to another doctor. Do a telehealth visit with a doctor in a different city. If you think it's all politics, find a doctor in, if you're in a blue area, find a doctor in a red area. If you're in a red area, find a doctor in a blue area. Whatever. Whatever you need to do to make yourself feel comfortable that you have been properly advised with good, solid, reliable medical advice. Find a third doctor if you need to. Don't listen to RFK. Don't listen to me either. Listen to your doctor. Don't listen to Trump. He's not a doctor. You may notice I'm not giving any medical advice. I'm not saying vaccines do this, that, or the other thing. Personally, just so you know, I have two sons. They're both fully vaccinated. The vaccines that they don't have is the COVID vaccine. I did get the COVID vaccine. I have an autoimmune issue, pretty serious one, and because of my health issue, it would have been crazy for me not to get the COVID vaccine. I got the Moderna version. In 2021, now admittedly, I have not looked at any of the data since 2021, so my information here is probably obsolete. But at that time, when I looked at the data that was available, my conclusion was that if you were male and under 20, you should not take the COVID vaccine, so neither of my sons got it. For myself, my research, what it told me was that I absolutely needed to take it, and I did. And I have been fine. I have all the people, I had terrible side effects. I've never had any side effects. I'm healthy as a horse. Okay, so that covers everything. Check the description below if you want to see the links to the studies. And again, please talk to your doctor. And remember, podcasters try to sound cool. They're not trying to be truthful.